Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with a challenge. Cars have been drawn at random for us, and I have been incredibly lucky in that I've been drawn a Honda CRX, and we are going to go racing with them. However, we are going to go racing with a car once in C class, once in B class, once off-roading in B class, and once in A class. So the vehicle has got to try and be good at 4 different classes. So in theory, and there were no engine swaps or driveline swaps allowed. Engine swaps only if the vehicle physically is unable to get to, for example, A class, if it's a very low PI starting one. So in theory, cars good in the low classes, like maybe my CRX, maybe the MG, may struggle. When it gets into A class, we don't know. And of course, being Lucky Dip, there are some weird... There's actually quite a lot of good cars in here. There are some weird ones. Oh, we're a bit stally off the line. Like the Defender, for example. My first gear, I should have shortened my gears a little bit. The Defender, I think is going to struggle. Ewan is really going to have a bad day with that poor Volkswagen. For me, I mean, we're going to be all about the grip in this one, so we're not going to match. Oh, I was really hoping we were going to stay in ghost mode for long enough through there, and we didn't, and I'm going to get... I'm sorry, Amy, but, like... I'm sorry, Amy, I'm sorry, Gliska, but we were getting sandwiched in that, and I had no... I couldn't back out, and I couldn't go to the left or to the right, because we were surrounded by cars. Yeah, my terrible start is a little bit of a problem for us. We have come out of the... Oh, God, it's getting really hectic up ahead. We're going to try and sneak past the Defender. We're going to try and sneak around the outside of everything here if we can. Lombo is on the inside. Mute is making a mess of things with a slidey Pontiac, and I've got to check up on that, and all my hard work has gone away. Because we're in the middle of mayhem here. Blakey's on the outside with his 2002 Turbo. Where is that Defender? It is further back. So things like Mute's Pontiac and Liam's Mustang are going to be faster than me down the straight. We have 200 horsepower in this, which is not bad, actually, for a car that weighs just 2,200 pounds. But, of course, we're not going to have... I think the GTO here has more horsepower than my A-Class car. Admittedly, it doesn't have very good tyres, and I do have upgraded tyres on this. I went for street tyres? Sport tyres? Street tyres, I think. So we have got a little bit more grip than stock tyres in this car. I wonder whether we could challenge Impega up at the front in that Cortina had we not had A, such a shocking start, and B, got stuck in as much traffic. I mean, the question is, can we... Well, actually, Longbow is catching the Cortina. The Cortina is... I wonder if Impega may have gone a different way with that Cortina. It might not be crazy lightweight monster. Well, it might be crazy grippy monster. It might have gone more for a power Cortina. Which could pay off. It's certainly outrunning the MG down the straight. The poor Mustang, I mean, I said it's going to beat me down the straights. It is, but it's only just. The MG's really lethargic down the straight. Can we... I mean, I really need to find a way past the Mustang. Oh, there's a gap there. We can just turn so much tighter than the Mustang. We can turn so much tighter than everything, pretty much. The only thing I think that could probably match me for quarter speed is that MG. But yeah, I'm not quite there to fight it here. Come on, CRX. We're going to have to... I mean, can the Mustang realistically have a dive? I had to be... Oh, I had to be very late on the brakes, and that was too late. Oh, I'm in the wrong gear for that. Yeah, so I was trying to make sure the Mustang couldn't dive us, and I asked too much of the car. Longbow has got to the front there. Come on, come on, come on, CRX. We've made a mess of this lap, really. Oh, the Mustang's struggling. It's really struggling through the twisty bits. It's under fire from the goal. This is to be expected, really. So massive surprises that the horde of small light things have made their way to the front. The MG leading the way. The Cortina in second. The Ford, I mean, the Puma notoriously good. I was trying to get away with way too much through there. Yeah, I don't think I can catch the MG. Even if, like, technically speaking, maybe I am faster than it over a lap, I'm not catching it. And I don't think I am. I think that MG has got us. Second may be the best we could ask for if we get everything perfect. And I'm going to have to get everything absolutely perfect through here. And I mean, what might help me is if the Cortina does end up slowing down, that Ford, well, they're both Fords technically, the Puma, there's a gap there, there's a CRX-sized gap that's grab. Unfortunately, we do not have the run on the exit. Oh, Amy missed a checkpoint with the Golf. That's unfortunate. We may end up actually having me and the Puma get stuck fighting each other. I've got more straight line speed than it, which is curious. Yeah, we may end up having us fight each other too much and let the Cortina get away, which would not be good. I'm trying to not get caught out with understeer like I was last lap through here. We are in a hurry. Cortina is struggling for grip. There was almost an overlap, but not quite. Liam is still in 5th. We've got speed, it's just the really poor start for us kind of screwed it up. It looks like Impega may hold on to that second place in all of this, unless we can have an absolutely mega run. I mean, we're carrying loads of speed into here, but I just got nowhere to go with it, unless I can box Speed Beast in again. No, not going to make it work there. Speed Beast might get boxed in by the Cortina. Nah. We definitely got more speed than 2 Fords, just not the space to use it and not the speed in the right places. Lombo will take victory. What could have been for a CRX, we're going to have to settle for a 4th. Poor start gave us a pretty big problem. The Defender didn't do as badly as it could have done, if I'm honest. Yeah, Defender not too bad. We were definitely a lot quicker. I don't think we could quite match the MG. I'm going to guess a mid to low 1:02 is possible with that car. But there we go. Ewan is down the back with the I say that though, the lap time from that Volkswagen wasn't too terrible. So for our next race, we move up to B class. Now I've gone, I say maybe a little bit of an unconventional route for this one. So we got, oh bloody hell, almost on pole. That's going to be a pain. I said maybe a bit of an unconventional route for the CRX. I've actually got it on rally tyres. No, this is not the off-road round. But I have gone for the rally tyres. The hope is they give me a little bit more grip than kind of street tyres and a bit more PI to play with than semi-slicks. So we should have, we've got 250 horsepower, which is actually not shabby in B class at all. So we should be not too bad in a straight line and still be fast through the corners. That is the hope. But yeah, I mean, of course, we're always going to have fun times trying to work our way from the back. Better off the line this time out. The Golf may be slightly better handling than I am, although did not want to be as quick through that corner as I could be, which is a little bit unfortunate. The poor Baja bug is actually not too slow down a straight. It's not the worst driving thing in the world. The problem is I think we're just going to get stuck in traffic. The Defender's actually doing remarkably well here so far. It's not plummeted through the field. We're going to have to look for a way past this Volkswagen, and I think we're going to get it here. We are to the inside, and we are past. I mean, a plus point I get with the rally tyres, of course, is if I put a wheel on the grass, don't matter. We can get away with that, no problem at all. And we are out the other side. Now, the big boaty muscle cars, probably not going to be enjoying this one all too much. Although I'm not going to be enjoying that if I do that too often. Ewan's in trouble with the Baja bug. And I will say thank you very much for that position. Okay, we're up to 5th. Can I go, Joe? It's a familiar sight in front of us. A Cortina and a Puma. Don't miss a checkpoint as much as I am desperately wanting to improve on my first race performance. Missing a checkpoint is a quick way to ruin that. We've got a lot of speed here. Can we find a way past the Puma? We're looking and looking and looking. We're on the bumper, basically, all the way down the hill. We might get to the inside. We will. And much like we did on the Volkswagen, we can get the pass done through there. And we are off, although we actually needed 4th on the exit. That's going to fight back on the outside. But I don't think it's quite got the grip to make that one work. It might try and cut underneath, but we don't run wide this time on our own. Third gear is going to be where it's at. Rev the crap out of it. And all is good. Now we go chasing off after the Cortina. Cortina, there's not got as much grip through there as I do. And again, not got as much grip, so I'm going to presume the Cortina's going to out-accelerate us down here. Not by all that much. I don't really want to try and go around the outside of it, but I don't really have much choice. And this is the issue I've got. Again, we're struggling to make it kind of through the pack, if you like. The Defender, I mean, I should think we're quicker than the Defender, but I got to get to it, which is easier said than done. Let's go down to 4th again. The Cortina's good through that section. Cortina has got a good turn of pace through there. We actually do start catching it down towards turn 1, and I am acutely aware that the Puma is not very far away. In fact, the Puma's going to pretty much push us all the way through that one. The battle continues. Defender having a great drive here. We are all going to get... I mean, we got a little bit nudged out of that one, which means that we're going to do the similar one through there. You know, you put me out wide through one corner, I'll do the same back to you. On the next one, the Defender's had a bad lap here. Defender has had a bad lap on this one, and we've got a very good run off the top of the corner here, and we will be down the inside of the Cortina. We're just going to outrun it. So yeah, this kind of rally-tired build and a bit more power has worked on the Mugen, I would say. We will go for a down into 4th through there, and yeah, we can just... So we do have the kind of top end over the Cortina. Well, not like that though. Pushing a little too hard, and I don't know what to say. I don't know why, because that's not really where we make up the time on the Defender. For us, it's more about trying to get the exit on that. Through here, we can be quick, but I don't know how. Oh, Defender is going to end up taking up all the road, and we get screwed. This is a very quick car that has been very frustrating. The only thing that might work in my favour is the Defender might be about to do the same thing to the Cortina. We might actually do the same move on the Defender that we've basically done to everybody down here, is outrun it to the inside. Land Rover is a little bit laggy, and we are a little bit in trouble on street furniture through there. Couldn't quite make it work. Might still make it work. It's going to be a drag race to the line. I don't know what that might lag in front of us. I'm not 100% sure where the Defender was on that point. We did get second somehow. Lombo claims victory again. I don't know what I could have done in terms of a lap time, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I don't think we ever really had a clean lap. The 2002 was quick in terms of a lap time. I guess that might have got stuck in traffic or missed a checkpoint. That's out of the 59. I think we could have got closer to the MG in that one. I definitely think we could have got closer. I mean, me and Impego's definitely struggled a little bit more for grip. But yeah, bloody hell, that was a manic race. The MG has a fairly uneventful time. It was a lot going on further back. So we are off-road for our next race. In fact, this is at the sort of Temple cross-country circuit. We have a nice spot on the grid, for once. I mean, front-wheel drive, not too bad for the off-roading. We've only got one all-wheel drive, sadly. Chris's internet is playing up, so we don't have the Celica. I don't have massive tires. I mean, this is kind of really... We've got the front-wheel drives are small and light and agile. You've got the big, powerful rear-wheel drives that will have some big tyres on them that might have the traction advantage over us. I have a lot of understeer. I do have 300 horsepower in this, which is, well, I mean, a lot of power. For a car that weighs 2,200 pounds, my concern is it's not going to be able to really use that power. It's going to waste a lot of it. Well, very sorry, Longbow. Did not realise A, a car was going to be firing up the inside, and B, I couldn't have moved even if I wanted to, because we were getting pushed by cars on the outside. Yeah. Well, Longbow's going to have to do this the really hard way with the MG. Visca's only just got that checkpoint. I've had to bail on this corner. I didn't know where the Mercury was going to end up. Oh, we're still side by side in all of this. Can we get some grip out here. Oh, it's not. Sorry, it's not Gliska. The colour is the GTA colour threw me. Oh, Blakey found the wall in the temple. Gliska has missed a checkpoint. He's mute with the GTO. Sorry, that is giving us some grief. I mean, we're not surprised by the defender leading the way here. At the end of the day, this is the sort of track that it should be good at. We are under serious threat from everything on the inside. And, yeah, we've got fired out as Liam was fighting away past Mute, and Mute was fighting away past me. So, yeah, we did not fare so well in that one, unfortunately. Liam's Mustang has got some speed here. That is definitely got more speed than either me or Speed Beast can really deal with. We might have been faster than the Mustang on the tarmac stuff, but out here, it's not going so well. I get a huge kick of oversteer over the bumps. Liam is stuck in this traffic now. In fact, as they all fight, we might actually get a really good run out of there and make our way back past the Mustang. Ewan is, of course, having a better race, as you might expect, with the Baja bug off-road, although it is still getting beaten by a bunch of silly cars. Mute's massive barge isn't liking that very tight corner. I'm about to get sandwiched again. I don't really want that. Okay, Mute backed out of it into turn one. Probably wise. I mean, if anything, you can back out of it, go for a cutback, and probably get a better run through the exit, which is exactly what Mute is doing, and I'm stuck on the outside, but now I'm going to go for the cutback on the next part of the corner. Everybody change positions from the inside to the outside, and we have got good straight line speed in this. 300 horsepower at a CRX is, funnily enough, quite potent when you can get it under control. Speed Beast is loving this battle, because the more we're fighting, the more chance it's giving the Puma to escape. We've sorted ourselves out and got a really good run up against the Mustang, and we will retake third place. So that's got us sorted. Now, can we break free of them for long enough to go chase after the Ford and drag that into the battle? I think we need to bring Speed Beast into this fight and make it a more interesting battle between all of us. The Land Rover's gone. The Land Rover can have its round, because I don't think we're catching that. So we're quite good through this corner. Unsurprising, really. Small, lightweight CRX that has been good handling all kind of session, if you will. Can we do anything about the Puma? We got to the inside here. Oh, a little bit too much on the inside, though. We're going to be slow mid-corner through this, and I'm going to have a big lift. And the Ford is not quite going to get the run on the exit. But we have now got... We have, as kind of expected, brought the rest back into the fray here. Because I think the difficulty is, because they're such wide corners, you can take a bunch of different lines, and when you start, battling, when you start racing closely, you can get some different lines to make some passes work. We're very fast off that jump. We've got a lot of straight line speed in this car. We will kind of take a tight line through here. Hope that Liam slides, which they do. See, that's not a problem. I don't have the problem with the oversteer from the car after the opening lap where we had a little bit of it. The oversteer has kind of calmed down a little bit in this. We do have surprisingly good, I say surprisingly good, 300 horsepower, 2,200 pounds. That is some serious power to weight ratio going on there. Where is that Mustang going to be looking for a way back past is the question. And now that I've got the track to myself, can we... Oh, not quite get across in time. That's fine, because I'm going to go for the cutback on Liam. No, wrong gear maybe. No, just not quite got the drive there. I think Mustang has just got too good a front end for this at the moment. Is the Puma going to have a look here? Maybe, although it doesn't seem to quite have the pace. We're very good off this corner. It's probably where we've been fastest of everything. Oh, well, fastest for us, sorry, has been off of the jump and then up towards this next corner. We can pull a really big gap. I don't quite know how we're so good there or why we're so strong there, but we are. We get a load of understeer, which is not what I needed if we're going to try and pass the Mustang. Puma's a little too far back. We are hoping that the Mustang gets into trouble. Oh, I missed the checkpoint. Oh, well, I threw it away. Oh, I'm a massive idiot. There goes my championship. Any chances are done. Trying to get second. I mean, that was so stupid of me. Oh, I'm really annoyed at myself. I was trying to set it up for the final corner, because there was a legit chance that we could have done something in the final corner. I just got too greedy. That was so close to sort of nicking the checkpoint there, but stupid error. I'm going to guess Impega may have missed a checkpoint along the way as well. Defender takes victory. The Mustang will take second with that Puma in third. And we were always expecting the Defender to be fast around there. Although lap time-wise, the Mustang was actually quicker. So yeah, an interesting battle. We head into our final race at the festival circuit. I mean, in theory, this shouldn't really be the strong suit for the CRX. But I don't know. We've got 430 horsepower through the front wheels. It's on slick tyres. Honestly, I thought it wasn't initially going to be on slicks. However, this much power through what are very skinny front tyres. The biggest I could get on this were 225s, I think, which are just not big enough, really. In theory, though, we should be. We've got aero and everything. Oh, there's the understeer. Yeah, it might not quite have enough grip, but the hope is, okay, while it might not have as much grip in the corners as you want, it might actually be bloody fast down the straight, because this much power in a car that weighs 2,000, again, around 2,200 pounds, that is some serious power to weight ratio. Unfortunately, our understeer mid-corner and a big barge did put pay to that. The Defender's having a look on the outside of the Cortina. It's a weird battle we've got going on at the front. The Mercury, I mean, this is, I don't know what tyres the Mercury's on. I'm going to guess slicks if it's turning underneath us. I mean, I know we are struggling a little bit with some understeer in this, but my guess is the Mercury has gone the slick tyre route. But it is funny, the big barge outturns us, we outrun it. We have now got a Defender that is punching a massive hole in the air. We are going to understeer like crazy, but not as much as the Defender does through this. Are we going to be able to get to the inside of the Defender into turn one? We can get the CRX stopped, and we are through all of that nicely. The Cortina is twitching around all over the place through there. That is having a bad day. Either that or it's lagging a little bit. Very difficult to tell. Do we outrun the Cortina down the straights is the question here. I mean, if we do, there's a half chance for us. Oh, if Glisker's missed a checkpoint, that's desperately unlucky. As that was actually... Cyclone was finally looking fast around here. And, yeah, that is very unfortunate. The MG's on the march. I think that MG is just too... Let's say MG is bloody fast. There is no doubt about it. I mean, that's come from a long way back on the grid. And is already up to 4th. He's trying to fight his way past the very big roadblock that is a Land Rover Defender. Okay, we are catching the Cortina, I think, with straight line speed. It's a bit better in the corners, but it doesn't look completely comfortable around here. We will dive under brakes for turn one, try and deal with the understeer as best as possible. And we are pulling away. We're pulling away from the Defender. I think it is holding up the MG perhaps a little bit, because the Defender's faster down the straight. The Defender's actually doing better than we expected. We knew it was going to be good off-road, but we thought it'd be terrible everywhere else. It's actually not doing too badly. We are closing. It's whether we're closing quick enough to pass the Cortina somewhere. We're going to end up a little bit high on that corner. It doesn't matter too much. I mean, the plus point is that we do seem to have such good straight line speed. If we're going to pass the Cortina, it might actually not be... Let's see, we might not have to do it in the corners. We might just be able to outpower it somewhere, which is the easier overtaking option, basically. As far as overall goes, we are very much hoping that Longbow is stuck behind that Defender. I don't think we can score enough points here anyway. Come on, understeer, understeer, understeer. The slides and the twitching going on for the Cortina as Impega's desperately trying to get to the power. So yeah, we're struggling to get the front end to do what we want it to. Impega's struggling to keep the back end in check. We are dropping the Defender and the MG as we come off the bridge here. Oh, this is good. We're cutting it really fine. We are getting closer, but is it going to be quick enough? Where are we going to find a pass? Because even if we get... I mean, we can get off here quite nicely. Cortina's not slow accelerating. And that's slightly... We've got quite long gears in this. I don't mind long gears in high-powered front-wheel drive cars too much. But a third is maybe just a little bit long. It helps with some of the understeer and the lower speed corners. Not that we have to worry too much about that here. But yeah, a third is not quite right for a couple of corners around this track. Well, I mean, we are closing, but it's not enough that lap around. Impega's found a little bit of pace. What are we going to be able to do as we head on to the final lap of the race? It's much better through turn 1 for me, and Impega's again gone to visit that wall. Our best bet might be heading towards the bridge. Can we? I mean, if we can force Impega to defend, which they will, absolutely. It's to be expected. No, we're not going to be able to go around the outside, and Impega covers the inside nicely. Unfortunately, that's probably the best bit of the lap for us. Again, Impega really doesn't want to give us the inside. They know that they'll be vulnerable to the power. Now, the thing that I do have going for me is that Impega's being compromised here more than I am. So Impega defending loses some of that corner speed and doesn't really affect my straight line speed down here. Although I can't just straight breeze past the Cortina. I think we're going to run out of time unless Impega gets into a lot of trouble in this final corner. I don't think there is very much that we can do here. There is not. The Cortina's going to take victory. We caught, but we could not pass at the end of all of that. The defender did a remarkable job in third. That is a very, very good showing for that. In the end, Longbow slipped to 5th with the MG. Not quite as strong around here. Liam claiming 4th. Gliska incredibly unlucky with that Cyclone. That definitely looked fast. It was up there in terms of lap time. The Pontiac not quite working so well in A-Class. I mean, lap times are actually very close between a lot of cars. I mean, a second covers a lot of the field there, with the exception of the Baja bug not doing so well. We chased and we chased, but just ran out of time. And Impega defended very well on that final lap. And yeah, we just didn't quite have enough time to find a way past. So, we are on to the leaderboard, and it would be Longbow that would take victory with that MG. Second place would be a massive surprise. The rest we get the Land Rover into second. Nobody expected to see that perform quite so well. Impega will get the Cortina into third, ahead of my CRX, which I quite badly let down. Missing that checkpoint. Up until that point, CRX was doing very, very well. Speedbeast would get the Puma into fifth. I mean, it's all very close. The top 4 are not covered by very much. The top 5 are already covered by 12 points. So yeah, it was a very close tournament. Liam would be in 6th with the Mustang ahead of Mute's Pontiac. The muscle cars did not fare so well. Gliska will be down in 10th with the Mercury. Blakey would put the BMW into 8th ahead of Ewan's Bug, which it could have been worse. Not much, but could have been worse. And there'll be Amy with the Golf. Chris, through internet trouble, but only actually technically complete one race for the Celica. So we never really got to find out how competitive that vehicle could have been. But yeah, I mean, this was good fun. I'm annoyed at myself with the CRX. It was a very, very good draw. It was a very good car that a silly missed checkpoint certainly cost me a lot in this one. I mean, we had quite a lot of good cars. The MG, the Cortina, the Puma, they're all known to be very fast. The Defender is probably the real big surprise in this one. Did not expect to see the Defender fighting anywhere near the front. The off-road event, sure, but the rest of it was really surprisingly good. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.